Now, I love getting requests from the community, and many of you have reached out about this workflow technique when it comes to video and your audio, syncing those two separate pieces up. If you're starting a podcast that you want to do a video component, or if you're just doing video and you've got a separate recorder or separate audio source that you want to sync up. Well, I've got two techniques I want to share with you. I just got DM'd on Instagram yesterday, so you asked for it. I'm going to bring it to you. Let's go. What's up, you beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. And hey, if you are new here, this is a place where I help entrepreneurs with their creative endeavors, helping you build, scale, elevate, and do all those things that matter. What matters today is syncing up our audio with our camera. So right now, I'm actually on my handheld device talking into this microphone, obviously, and then I have the built-in audio into the camera, which actually always stinks. That's a terrible audio source. But for those of you who are doing video and you want to sync up a separate audio source, for those of you who have reached out to me time and time again and saying, hey, I want to add a video component to my podcast, but I want to use this microphone and this audio, syncing it up with my camera. How do I do that? And then another question I get too is, what if I have multiple hosts and or guests in virtual places and everybody's hitting record all at the different times? How do I sync that audio up? One technique is going to be with the software when we go into Final Cut Pro in that video portion. And then another one is just an old school analog way to do it, syncing up that audio with those spikes. So let's get into the workflow. Okay, so here in Final Cut Pro, what we have is the video clip with the built-in audio from the camera. And then we have the ATR right here below that. So we are going to select these two. Then what we're going to do is right click. We're going to synchronize these clips. And then use audio for synchronization. And that's fine. That's what we'll call it. We'll hit OK. Synchronizing the clips. And then what we'll do is we'll bring this into our workflow. So then, especially when you are starting things at different intervals, different times, all of that is synced we just up. Clap. Of course, that's showing the clap. And then we should see that waveform in all of. Now, what we want to do is we want to, so see how this is storyline over here and connected? This is the camera audio. I can already tell because that waveform is terrible. So we are going to remove that from the storyline. And then we should see that waveform in all of the audio files. And this is also something too where if I make a mistake and I want to go back. Now, what do we do when we need to do it manually? So let's do that. We're going to bring in clip here. And actually, before we get into it, I want to detach the audio so I can see that and mess around with that a little bit. Then we're going to bring in the ATR. Okay. And then I actually, to add something else to it, I ended up recording on the Blue Yeti. So if for some reason I wanted 3 audio sources, then I could do that too. Now what you can see here is those spikes that are here, here, and there. And you can see they're all in different spots. So one of the things that we can do is we can increase that timeline a little bit here. And we can look at our video and we can drag that here and we can drag that there. And a lot of times what I like to do is move this here just so that gives me a frame of reference. And you can see, of course, in the video, I'm starting to clap here. And let's just see if that syncs up. That actually wasn't too shabby. Okay, so then what I can do is that if I really want, I do not want the camera audio. I do not. And those are synced up pretty well. And then so like if I want to use the Blue Yeti or the ATR, again, this is a way for me to sync up my audio manually. And then we should see that waveform in all of the audio files. And see that's synced up. What about if you actually have multiple hosts and guests in multiple places, you hit record all at a different time? Well, let's just show you because I edited a show where the 3 hosts were in different geographic locations. So let's actually show you that. Now, what we have here is the 3 hosts, and I've already brought this in, so these are not lined up. And what I do know is that there's a spike here. There is a spike in this one here, and then there's a spike here, but they're obviously not lined up. So ultimately what I'm going to have to do is move these in a way that are going to line up those spikes. And what I've actually done, let's move over to this one where I did move all of those over. So you can see that I've gone ahead and I've put this here. And of course, the first co-host, he's actually talking, he's doing the countdown.
Okay, go.
Clap on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, we're good.
We're really bad at this.
Yeah. So they were all, like I said, they were all on handheld recorders and or software. So 2 of them were on handheld recorders, and then the other one was on a software-based recording solution. And so I just dragged all of their clips in. So everything was not synced up before. So you can see here, things were not synced up before. This was just how they were brought in. So this clap over here, this clap over here, and then that one there. And like I said, you can use this here to manually do it. Some of the software, depending on the software that you're using, can sync it up automatically. But in this situation, like if you're just doing kind of just raw analog style, old school, syncing it up like that can be the way to go. Hey, listen, I've got a lot of audio stuff, video stuff here, things for you to check out if you're looking to start a podcast, grow a YouTube channel, doing video and or audio. Check all of those videos out, all of the playlists. Be sure to like and subscribe. I love your time and attention here. I really appreciate it. Hopefully this was helpful. Hit me up with questions and comments below. As always, I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. You go out there and keep doing those things that matter. Keep rocking those faces. I'm going to be building this video library here on YouTube, and I can't wait to see you right back here on the next one.